You laugh. You nod. You stay polite. Then you replay it later and feel sick. You're not weak. You're just trying not to look difficult. And that's why it keeps happening. Picture this. You start a sentence. They cut in like you weren't there. And you give that small smile that says, "It's fine. Stay with me." Because in a few minutes, you'll spot the signs people don't respect you. And you'll know what to do next without begging or exploding. Here's the hook. What if the thing you do to avoid embarrassment is the exact thing teaching them? Can they ignore you? And the last sign is the one most people mistake for being reasonable. Most people think disrespect is loud, a direct insult, a clear attack. But the real damage is quiet. It repeats. It blends in. Until your body calls it normal. And that's how disrespect patterns are built. Not in one moment. In what keeps happening after you stay polite. Let's stack the pain fast. Not to make you feel worse. To make you see clearly. First, what people do. They talk over you. They forget what you said, then repeat it later like it's new. They only listen when someone else confirms you. They make plans that include everyone, then tell you after. They take your time like it's flexible. They show up late to you, but on time for what matters to them. And they don't do it once. They do it until you stop reacting. How many times did it happen before you started calling it normal? Now, what it does inside you, you start editing yourself mid-sentence. You shorten your thoughts. You keep your voice calm, not from strength, but from fear of looking too much. You rehearse what you'll say, like you're walking into danger. You feel that small drop in your chest before you speak. You're not relaxed. You're managing the room. Why are you preparing to speak? Like you have to earn permission? Now the identity cost. After enough of this, you stop thinking, they're being careless. You start thinking, maybe I'm not worth listening to. You start trying to be useful so you can be tolerated. You start giving extra to buy basic decency. That's the most serious damage. Not what they do. What you begin to believe about yourself. When did basic respect become something you felt you had to earn? Now 7 signs. Clean. Real. No drama. First sign. They take you seriously. Only after you repeat yourself. Not once. Not twice. And you have to push your point across like a heavy box. Then, when they finally respond, they act as if they did you a favor. That's a quiet demotion, because it trains you to work harder for what should be standard. Second sign. They keep you on maybe. Just enough to keep you waiting. Just enough to keep you available. They won't say yes because that creates responsibility. They won't say no because that cuts off access. Your time becomes their backup plan. And remember this, the last sign won't look rude. It will look reasonable. That's why people miss it. Third sign. They turn your boundary into a conversation. You say no. They ask why. You explain. They question the explanation. Now your boundary has to win an argument. That's the trap. The more you explain, the more they believe your no is negotiable. Copy line. I'm not available for that. Then stop talking. Fourth sign. They correct your tone instead of your point. You raise a concern. They ignore the concern. They focus on how you said it. Now you're defending delivery, not reality. If they can control your tone, they can avoid your truth. Fifth sign. They use small, disrespectfully to test you. A smirk, a dismissive laugh, a little eye roll, a joke that lands too sharp. And they watch one thing. Do you swallow it, or do you name it? Copy line. That's not acceptable. Then let the silence sit. If this is landing hard, good. You're not imagining things. You're seeing disrespect patterns instead of excuses. And yes, these are the signs people don't respect you. Now a Stoic mirror, not a lecture, a test. Stoicism isn't about being calm for approval. It's about being clear enough to protect your standards. Here's the test. What do you keep rewarding with your presence? What do you keep rewarding with your patience? What do you keep rewarding with quick forgiveness? Because your attention is a vote, and people notice what you keep funding. Disrespect shows up in patterns, not moments. So stop hunting for a single proof moment. Look for the repeated shape, the same behavior in different clothes. Now action, not speeches. Moves, small, clean, repeatable. First move, stop filling the silence. When someone pushes past your words, your body wants to rush, to explain faster, to prove harder, to regain control with more talking. Don't. Pause. Hold your pace. Make them feel the weight of what they just did. Second move. Name the behavior, not the person. If you attack a character, or you create a fight. If you name the action, you create a boundary. Now watch 3 moments. You're speaking. A person cuts in like your sentence doesn't exist. You stop mid-word. You hold eye contact for 1 beat. You say, "I wasn't finished." And you continue at the same pace. No anger, no apology, just ownership. Next moment. They throw a sharp joke. Everyone waits to see if you'll laugh with it. You don't perform relief. You say, "That's not acceptable." Then you let the quiet do the heavy lifting. You didn't argue intent. You didn't ask for approval. You ended the test. Third moment. You set a boundary. Later they ignore it like time erased your number. You repeat the same line, calm and flat. Then you reduce access. Less time, less attention, less availability. Not revenge, not coldness, just consequence. Now, 6th sign. They respect you only when it benefits them. Warm when you provide value, dismissive when you don't, polite when they want access, distant when they don't. That's not respect. That's convenient wearing a smile. Now the last sign. Here it is. They treat your discomfort like the problem. They don't address the behavior. They shrink your awareness. Relax. It's not that deep. You're overthinking. This is the cleanest form of control. Because if they can make you doubt your own eyes, you'll keep accepting what you already know is wrong. Now the cost. If you don't change, you won't just feel annoyed. You will become smaller in your own mind. You will start monitoring yourself all day. You will do emotional math before every sentence. What can I say? How do I say it? How do I say it so they don't flip it on me? That's not peace. That's surveillance. People treat you at the level you accept, and if that line stings, keep it. Not as shame, as a standard. Now 2 futures. Future 1. You keep smoothing it over. You keep explaining. You keep giving one more chance to the same pattern. And it doesn't stop. It gets cleaner, more casual, more normal, until your life is full of small collapses you call nothing. Future 2. You notice early. You name the behavior once. You stop filling silence. And when the pattern repeats, you remove access. Some people step up. Some people step away. Either outcome is clean, because the real win isn't who stays. The real win is that you stay whole. Final copy line. That's not how I live. Say it with your actions, quietly, consistently, and watch what changes.